Okay guys, so now we will build a logic to create different views using a for loop. So this is something which we never have done in this project, and this will be our first experience in creating our Facebook application. So what we want to do is, so this is our Facebook app here. I want to use a for loops to create here 1, 2, and 3 objects, then 4, 5, and 6. So that is really something what I really like because this is very handy, and here we're going to use mathematics, our math knowledge. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna here create some constants and variable. First of all, it will be gap between the objects. So I create let gap equals to cg float equals to 15. Then I will create the x where the each item view will be started from. So var x equals to cg float equals to 15. Then I got the y, which is a vertical alignment, var y equals to cg float equals to 50. Then I will declare the width and height of the object. Let width will be equals to, I want 3 items on this screen. So I write self dot view dot frame, or you can write cell dot content view dot frame dot width divided by 3. Then let height, we want it to have the same height and width, so let height equals to our width. Great. So we're gonna now use a for loop to create a view. So these are shortcuts and parameters of frame. Okay, so we will write for I in 0 space dot dot less than my friends dot count, and then open curly bracket. And in this for loop means every time, let's say there are only 2 friends, create 1 and then 2. So execute this code till this I, which will start from 0 and it will reach total number of friends. So let's say in the first execution, let's say total friends, for example, we have 4. So first execution, this will create here 1, then 2, 3, 4, till it will reach the total number of the friends. Okay, then we'll write here let frame equals to, let's say, cg rect, open the round bracket, select the method x, y within height, and here we'll write x, y within height. Then we'll write let button equals to UI button, open and close round brackets. Then we'll write button dot frame equals to the frame which we just now created above. Then we'll write button dot tag equals I. Then we'll write button. Then we actually want to get the title of each friend. We want first name and last name to be shown. Then we'll write button dot set title color. It will be, let's say, dot. We can use the black color dot black for state, which is a normal state. Then we write button dot title label dot font will be equals to UI font, open the round bracket, select the method with the name and the size. Oops, sorry, here must be I, not index path. Name will be Helvetica Neue dash medium. This is as per our brand. And the size we're going to use 14. Okay, so then we will write button dot set title. So here, as I told you, we want first name and last name. So we write here, my friends, open and close square brackets, and the square brackets make a reference to I, because I, for the first execution, for the first array, it will be 0, then 1, 2, 3, etc. So my friends, then in the square brackets I, then again exclamation mark, then again in the square brackets we'll make a reference to the first name coming out from this, and we will cast it as string. Put this expression into the round brackets because we want to make it capitalized. Then we will add to it a blank space, and plus we'll do the same with the last name. Open and close round brackets. In the round brackets, let's write my friends, open and close square brackets, then write I, exclamation mark, then again open and close square brackets, and here write last name coming out from the square brackets, and we're casting it as string dot capitalized for the state, which is a normal state of the button. There are different states. If you have watched my previous course about full Swift course, so you know everything about the Swift syntax. So I won't go into details because you know this already. Okay, then I'll write button dot. And do you remember, guys, we have created for the guest view controller here at the bottom, we have created the extension of the for the button, which actually shows the title of the button below the icon. Okay, this is what we will do. We're coming back to home view controller. Here we'll write button dot center vertically. This is the function which we have written here, center vertically. And I'd like to here to make a minor change. Here I'll create a one variable gap, and here will be CG float. In the go to the guest view controller, do these changes. Instead of here adding 10, we will add here gap. So we'll have to change it center vertically. In the guest view controller, we'll have to change it to center vertically. Here we will keep 10 pixels because for the guest view controller, this is how it was written. But we will change it for the home view controller. So we're coming then to home view controller. Here center vertically, and gap, let's try 25 or let's try 30, guys, for a while. Okay, excellent. So then finally we'll want to add this button to the cell.contentView.add subview a button. Okay, so in this case, guys, all the buttons will be added on the same X, which will be a 15 pixels. After every time when the button is added, the next button will want to have some gap. So the next one will be created, let's say after this is button 1, so the next one wants to appear next to it, not on the same place. So this is what we want to do. Here I'll write for loop which adds multiple views depending on the total number of elements in the array. Here we're gonna declare new x and y for the following button, which means coordinates, x and y coordinates. Okay, so x will be, let's say this is the button, we'll add to it the gap and plus the width of the next button. So x will be plus x plus equals width plus gap. Okay, so then after that we'll just build and run it, or if you want for a while we will keep the background color. Button dot background color equals dot red. We'll just to see where the button is, how it is located. And this width I believe also will be located because it is starting from 15, so minimum we need to deduct 20. This is actually minimum we need to deduct from this. Okay, I'm going to home. Here we go. This is how it looks. Superb, guys. That is amazing. Okay, so now we need to recite this width. We need to deduct minimum 20. Like that. Okay, we will build and run this again. Now it must be looking fine. Because 15, it is the left gap, so we need also to deduct the right gap there. Here we go. Now it looks amazing. Now guys, the fourth one, let's say these are our multiple buttons. The fourth one is coming here, which is out of the screen. So we need now to declare the logic. If let's say that if let's say I will be equals, let's say the number of element will be equals 4, then we want to let it appear right down there. Okay, so for this we'll write here the function which will state if I equals 2, which means this is 0, this is 1, this is 2. So if I equals 2, then the next y we want to drop down here, and x we want to also reset. Okay, this is if already 3 elements are shown, show the following elements in the new row. Okay, if I equals 2, then we will write, let's say x will be equals to 15 as it is initial one. Then y we will write plus the height of the button, plus we need this padding gap, which is 30, plus 30, this padding, and plus here we need this gap, plus gap also. Okay, let's now build and run our application. So that is really, guys, amazing logic, isn't it, guys? So this is really which is actually a very handy way of building the professional logic of our application. Okay, it almost got built. And so this is actually, if here are, let's say, a certain number of elements, the next we want to show under this. So this is what we're doing. We're resetting x, we are expanding y. I'm going to home, here we go. Total, I've got 4 friends. This is how it looks, guys. So that is really amazing, guys. I got no words for this. So now we have the latest task will be, instead of these pictures, I want to show, instead of these red, this rectangle shapes, I want to show an actual pictures of my friends. Okay, first of all, I'll just comment this, show the background red, and here I'm gonna write a function to load all the pictures. This is what we have done many times, and I'm gonna repeat it. Let ava string equals to my friends, open and close round brackets. We don't use here index path because index path for the cell is 0 here. So these are i's. I. No, not index path. Index path means this is 0, this is 1, etc. In this case, we have only one cell. Let ava string equals to my friends, then I, then exclamation mark, and then we're accessing the value ava, and we cast it as being a string. Then we'll write let ava URL equals to URL, open the round bracket, select the method with the string, and select here ava string, and force them cast it with the exclamation mark. So here we are accessing the URL and path of the ava. Okay, then after we will build the logic, or we can copy this. That is the one. We will just copy this. That is the one. And we'll paste it here. Definitely we'll have to change it. So here we'll write if my friends total number of my friends is not equal to total number of avas we loaded. So my friends.count is not equals to my friends underscore avas.count. Okay, in this case means there are avas to be loaded. So here we are loading the ava. If it failed to load, so it will assign a placeholder to our My Friends Avas. If it is successful, instead of cell.ava image view, it will be button dot set background image will be our image, for state will be normal, and remove this. So this is how it should look like that, guys. Okay, the same where we are replacing all cell.ava image view with this button set background image, because this is going to be the background image of our button. This is first all cell.ava image view we're replacing with the button.background image. Then all self.avas we're replacing with the self.myfriendsavas. Like that, guys. Oops, here is one thing we have done a mistake. So make it look in two places, replace it button.set background image, and here is also set background image. And then self.avas we're replacing with the self.myfriendsavas. Okay, great. So then whenever we're caching the image, what we are doing, we are writing here button.set background image. So if the image is already loaded, we write here something like My Friends Avas, then open and close square brackets, then make a reference to the I. So here, for the state.normal. And remove this cell.ava image. Remove this because we simply don't have it. Okay, so this is the way of loading our avas. And we can now build and run our project, and our profile pictures must be loaded. This is all it happens in the for loop. We are loading the picture of our friend actually. So that is really interesting logic. I love it very much, guys. So the logic is the same. The index path we are replacing with the I. Okay, I'm going to the home. Here we go. Amazing. So here in my case, I got two friends, and both of them are Bradley Cooper. So I'll just now rectify this quickly. Okay, I'm going to, let's say, to my PHP my admin panel, then do the friends. Here I have 1 and 2. It's a duplicate actually. So I'll replace him with something like 6. Another. I'll just change this ID. And then now I will have 4 users. I'm going to the home page. Here we go. That is really amazing, guys. The way it looks that's really cool. Really, I got no words. So that is amazing. This really, you gotta be speechless. Okay, now what we need to do is, now we will have to we'll have to also implement the feature when we will click, let's say, see all. So we will go to the to see all the friends. Okay, one more experiment which you can do. If instead of 6 here, let's say we'll write 2, which is a limit. 2 means don't load more than 2 friends. Then the height of the cell, height of this view will be changed. It will be more smaller. So only one row can fit there, and it will be looking really awesome. Let's say some of the users, they might have 1 or 2 or 3 friends. Okay, I'm coming here. As you see this view, it got resized. Okay, so that is amazing, guys. This is our smart way of programming. So very good, guys. I'm very happy that we have implemented this feature. It was amazing experience. This is what is actually most of the developers are not trying to show, to do not expose. But I'm very glad that I have done it, and I shared this knowledge with you. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks a lot. Good job. Well done.